So welcome everybody. A lot of you, I'm sure, I've met in person. A lot of you, I'm sure, I've met you at my live presentation. So what I've done is this. So you know, I am a CPA. I started out my career doing financial statements, payroll tax, and so forth. So I do know a lot about finance. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a peek at this $2.3 trillion. Well, I've said that a couple of times, right? Trillion dollars. Not billion, trillions. You know, what is it made of? You know, how does it help small business owner? How does it help you? Because we're living in an unprecedented time where this is the largest bailout ever. I mean, we're talking about 6 million unemployment. I mean, that is just crazy. I mean, you're not talking about a bad economy. You're talking about shutting business down. Well, when you shut business down, it affects the GDP. It affects everything. So anyway, how can I help? How can you help? So I did the research for you, so you don't have to do it. You in turn can take this information and see how it can help you. You in turn can look around the community, your clients, small business homeowner, small businesses, and see how you can help. Okay. So here we go. 2.3 trillion. So this is sort of the breakdown from the 2.3 trillion. We've got 525,000, not thousand. $525 billion going to large businesses, 600 billion going to small businesses. Okay, so it's kind of, the pie is sort of cut up. Okay, and the pie is sort of cut up. And so what we want to focus on today is how does it affect small business owner like myself, like yourself, like your client, small business homeowner, small business. We're going to focus on these programs today. We're going to focus on the Paycheck Protection Program. So from here on out, we're going to call it PPA. PPA. Paycheck Protection Program is meant to give people a paycheck. You know, that's the intention. Have small business owners help business owner stay afloat, pay their employee, right? And then we got this 10,000 advance, but we'll talk more about it, okay? And then you got the bridge loan, and then you got basically the you can also borrow based on Economic Injury Relief Act, okay? So we'll look at all that, and also the CARE Act. The CARE Act also addresses unemployment. You can collect unemployment, and it also, the CARE Act, so this 2.3 trillion is the CARE Act. So the CARE Act also cuts a piece out. It cuts a piece out and adds on top of your regular unemployment an extra $600. So we'll look at that too. Okay, so these are the 5 programs that we'll look at. Okay. Okay. So why don't we start off? With the biggest one of all? I think the one that is the most lucrative, the Paycheck Protection Program. So this works really well if you have employees. So you listening, if you run a real estate office, you have employee W-2, great. You listening, you don't have employee, you just you are a realtor, you don't have employee, there's a program for you that's coming out on April the 10th to deal with individual like yourself who is self-employed but have no employee, no W-2. So that's April 10th. Okay, so April 10th, maybe we'll do another video, but for now, your focus is going to be if you have payroll, how to keep your payroll afloat, how to not lay off employees. There's help for that. Or your client who are small business owner who has payroll, how can they get money? I think my friend Antonio, who has what is it, Alpaca chicken out in Gardena, right? He has employees. It's going to help him, for example, small business homeowners. Okay. So $350 billion allocated to this from the stimulus package. Okay. So from the piece of the 2.3 trillion, $350 billion is allocated to small business to help them with their payroll. Okay. Small business definition is anything less than 500 employees, 500 employees or less. Okay. And don't cry for the big boys. Don't cry for the big businesses because they are getting their piece too. $525 billion, you know. Okay, so let me go back to our PPP. PPP stands for what? Paycheck Protection Program, PPP. Okay. So the amazing thing is you can get up to $10 million. Well, how the heck does that happen? Well, if your company is 450 employees, if your company is 400 employees, right? The math adds up real fast, to get up to 10 million, okay? All right, the maximum loan is 2.5, multiply that by the monthly payroll cost. Maximum loan. What? You just told me that this is kind of like, help me out. It's a loan. We'll get into it. It starts off as a loan. But then it's 100% forgivable. So you have employee. The government says, hey, we're a politician, right? We want to come out and says, hey, we help you. We passed the bill. We got people going, right? Re-elect us, right? That's what's behind this. Re-elect us. We pass this bill to keep the economy going, right? To keep the small business open, stay open. So 100% of this Paycheck Protection Program that's given to you is forgivable. It's forgivable as long as you use it to pay for payroll. And when I say payroll, I mean W-2 employees. Or you use it to pay rent or mortgage interest, utility, okay? At least 75% must be payroll. 75% of whatever the number they give you has to be for payroll, okay? And forgiveness is based on expense paid within 8 weeks of funding. So from the day that you get the money, 8 weeks out, make sure you use it, 75% of it for payroll, for rent, utilities. 75% for payroll? Paul, duh, we're shut down, dude. Right. So that's the economy. The government says, hey, here's some payroll. And then they say, well, you're shut down. So if you have an office, like my office, we're still open, but we're not open to the public. Okay, we still take calls, we crank out your cases, probate case, living trust case, we still crank it out. If you're a real estate office, if you have secretaries, if you have individual works for you, they can either do it from home or from the office. Okay. If you have a restaurant, maybe you don't hire as many waitresses, waiter, maybe they can do some blogging for you, YouTubing for you, whatever it is. This payroll money for that, for those individuals, whether they come to the office, whether they don't, work from home, shoot video, whatever it is, there's money for your employee if you choose to, okay? All right, the application must be between April 3rd and June 30th. What day is today? Today is April 6th. Sunday was April 5th. Saturday was April 4th. Friday was April 3rd. So this is brand new. It just came out. Some banks are not even set up yet, okay? This is how brand new it is, okay? So some banks not even set up yet. All right, so help us calculate the amount, Paul. Help us calculate the amount. So it's basically 2.5 multiply that by the 2.5 multiply that by the payroll cost, by the average payroll cost, by the last 12 months average payroll cost, okay? Some bank will be okay by just saying, hey, just give us the payroll for 2019, right? Because it's 12 months. Some other bank may say, no. Give us the last 9 months of 2019 and the first 3 months of 2020, right? Right now we're April 6th, so we're talking about March, February, January of 2020, all right? So let me help you how to calculate this, okay? When it's all said and done, the government has essentially done this. The government basically says, hey, the government basically said, if you want this money, you're going to have to fill out this form. You're going to have to fill out this form, okay? If you want this money, you're gonna fill out this form, this paycheck program, this paycheck protection program. You fill out this form, and this form is fairly easy, okay? Except for one number that's difficult. I'm gonna help you figure that out, okay? It's fairly easy. It's certifying I'm not a criminal. It's certifying that, I'm going to use this money for payroll, for rent, for utilities. Okay, so it's fairly simple. A lot of banks have baked this form into their website. So their website, when you ask them a question, when they ask you a question, to fill out for the Paycheck Protection Program, is coming from this form. What I want you to do, what I want to educate you on, is how to come up with this number right here, the average monthly payroll. So Antonio, you have to basically, or any small business owner, any real estate offices, or your client that's a small business owner that has W-2, they basically need to figure out and put the number in this box. Everything else is very easy. Everything else is, are you a criminal? You're not a criminal, right? No, okay? This is the name of the game right here, this box. When you sit in front of them. So this Paycheck Protection Program has to go through a bank. The bank is a certified entity that works with the SBA. So a bank is going to make you fill this out, and they are in turn is going to go ahead and give it to the SBA. SBA is going to give you the money. Okay, so the banks can give you the money. So this is where it all stemmed from. All right. So how do we calculate the monthly average? How do we calculate the monthly average? Okay, so I've designed an Excel spreadsheet for you. I have designed an Excel spreadsheet that looks like this. I have designed an Excel spreadsheet to calculate this monthly average payroll cost, okay? So let me delete all this. Start fresh. Let me delete all this, okay? You're gonna need to know what is the monthly payroll, the monthly average payroll. How do you calculate that number? Okay, so. I was telling you that some bank will be okay with just using tax year 2019. Okay. Some bank will be okay with that. If some bank's not okay with that, they'll just basically ask for the 9 months in 2019, right? Plus 3 months of 2020. Most bank will be okay with just for tax year 2019 because we're fairly new into it. We're fairly, we just got through the first quarter and COVID-19 hits, you know, the first part of March or whatever, you know, the latter part of February. All right, so take a picture of this Excel spreadsheet right here. Take a picture of this, okay? What you're gonna do is this, gross wage, you're gonna put a number in there. If you are a business owner and you have payroll, you issue W-2. At the end of the year, each employee get a W-2. Each employee gets a W-2, a W-2, a W-2, right? So if you have whatever, 5 employees, 10, they each get a W-2. The accountant, a bookkeeper who generates W-2 for you will also generate one W-3 to send it to the IRS. So the W-3, box number 5, you're gonna put that number in there. You're gonna go to box 5 of the W-3. So what you do is when you apply for this, you're gonna call up your accountants, your CPA. You're gonna say, hey, please give me the W-3. Please give me all the necessary tax form. Okay, we'll go through that just a little bit, but give me the W-3. So let's say your W-3, you look at box number 5. Look at box number 5 W-3. And let's say that number is 240,000, right? Let's say your payroll cost is 20,000 per month, right? 20,000 per month multiplied by 12, that's 240. And let's just assume that your W-3 box number 5 says 240. Okay, so this equation that I'm helping you with, this equation, put 240 right there. Put 240 right there. Health insurance, the employer cost only. So health insurance, let's say you provide health insurance, and let's say it costs you 30,000, for example. Put that in there, 30,000. Okay? The employer's cost only, the employer's portion only. Retirement plan, right? Let's say you have a matching 401k. A matching 401k. And let's say it costs you, I don't know, 35,000, okay? Just put that in there, 35,000, okay? And then you're gonna put in the state and local employer's tax. I don't know what it is. Let's just call it, in your case, it's 20 grand. We add all that up. We add the 240, the 30, the 35, the 20. It equals 325. We divide that 325 by 12. Gives us 67 grand. You would get 67,708. You would get that numbers. You would get that 67,708. Okay, you would get that. And so when you talk to the banker, when you fill out their form, remember that box we were trying to get to? Remember that box we were trying to fill out? Remember we were trying to fill out this this form right here? You would put in 67,000 right there. And you would multiply 2.5 and put that number right there, okay? So you just put the 67 grand. How do we get that? The calculation we did in the Excel spreadsheet, you're gonna multiply that by 2.5, flop the number in right there, put the number in right there, okay? Let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you have 4 employees, put 4 right there, for example, okay? This form is going to be integrated into the online. When you apply with a bank, and you have to apply with a bank, they're going to have you do it online. When you do it online, all the questions are exactly the same. Everything is easy. Are you a thief? Are you a felon? No. Okay. You just need to mechanically figure out what that number is, and I just taught you that. That's it. Everything else is easy. Okay. Let's go back to this form. Let's go back to this Excel spreadsheet for a second. Okay. You say, well, Paul, that's easy for you to do. You're a CPA. You know, I call my accountant. He's dead. He's not answering his phone. The office is closed. I don't have the freaking W-3, Paul, and I don't have it. Okay. Okay, we can still do this, right? We can still do this. I don't have a W-3, but I know that I have 4 employees. I have 4 employees, okay? So let's just do the math. I know I have 4 employees. One of them I paid $5,000. The other one I also paid $5,000. Just simple math. The number 3 employee I paid $5,000, and number 4 employee I paid $5,000. And you know, there's so $5,000 per month for the 4 employees. And then there's 12 months, so multiply that by 12. That's the formula by 12. It's 240, for example. Get you the same number because you don't have the W-3, for example. Your accountant's MIA, right? Whatever it is. Okay, so you can manually calculate it out. Health insurance costs. If you spend for health insurance, you know how much it is. The employer's cost. How much it costs you? What is it? 15 grand? Put it in there. The 401k, if you have one, you know how much it costs you. Your portion, you know how much it costs you. You have to fork out, you know, whatever, 20 grand. Put that in there. The state and local tax, you don't have it because the accountant you're using is MIA. Just leave it 0. Just leave it 0. We add up these 3 numbers. It's 270 divided by 12. It's 22 grand. Multiply that by 2.5. You will get 57,000. But Paul, you're jipping me out of my state and local taxes. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But do you want to wait? Do you want to wait for your MIA accountant to show up? Do you want to wait and all the money is gone, or would you rather take 57,000 versus 0, right? So anyway, if you don't have all these fancy name of the form, don't worry, just do this, right? You were supposed to get 67,000, but you got 57. It's excusable. Hey, I was supposed to get 67. I only get 57. Less money, the government, good, right? But if you said you got 90 and you can only prove up 57, yeah, that's a problem, right? So, okay, so I'm just giving you a little alternative here, how you handle this, okay? That is the most crucial point. That is the most crucial number you need to arrive. So if I were you, if I was a business owner, I have payroll, I would immediately go and collect all my payroll information from my accountants, from my CPA, okay? The documents that you need are, oh, let me see, what the documents you need are these here, the W-2 for all your employees, right? Each employee gets 1 W-2, get it? All these W-2 adds up to 1 W-3, get it? W-2 for what year? 2019. W-3 for what year? 2019, right? 941 is quarterly. 941 is quarterly. If it's quarterly and it's 2019, right, you need 4 of them. Okay. Also, go ahead and get 941 also for 2020. The 940 form 940 is an annual form. It's an annual form. So one form for 940, one 940 form for 2019. Okay. And then go ahead. If you're at it, ask them to give you any state and local payroll tax forms, invoices for healthcare insurance and retirement. That's your 401k. So collect all these documents. Then you crank out that math that I showed you on the Excel spreadsheet. Okay. So so go ahead and pull out your phone. Go ahead, take a picture of this right here. Okay, this is the calculation you're gonna need to do. Okay, take a picture of it so you remember. Okay. So let's see. Let me go back out here. Oh, let me go here. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. Let's see. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. So now, Do you remember during the 2008, 2009, a bunch of foreclosure scam artists coming out of the woodwork? Same thing here. Be careful of the scammers. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come out. You know, tell your client if someone calls and says, "Hey, can you give me all your W-2s, all your W-3s? I can help you do this." Don't, because once they get W-2, it's gonna show the Social Security number and all that. It's gonna get your client into a lot of trouble. So be careful. Watch out for the scammer. Watch out for the scammer, okay? Desperate time is gonna invite all kinds of craziness. So just be careful. Just be careful. Now, how it works is this. So let's use U.S. Bank as an example. Let's use U.S. Bank as an example, okay? Let's use U.S. Bank for example. So let's say, for example, oh, by the way, which bank should you go to? Which bank should you go to process this PPP, Paycheck Protection Program? Which bank should you go to? You should go to the bank that you have an account with, a loan with, or a credit card with. Why is that? Because it just makes it easier. Because the bank for this loan, the law says it's not credit based. So they cannot pull your credit. But from a banking standpoint, it just makes it easier. If you have some sort of relationship with them, like for example, I think I heard Wells Fargo said that they're only going to do it for their client because they're so inundated. They're going to take their client first. Okay. So when you think, it kind of makes sense, right? If you bank with US Bank, Bank of America, or whichever it is banks, they already have all your information already. Okay. So for example, for my company, I bank with US Bank. I bank with US Bank. So I go to US Bank website. I go to US Bank website here. Let me see if we can do this. I'm gonna copy this US Bank website. And let's go to let's go to their website. Let's see. Let's go to their website. So let's go to their website. Let's see. US Bank. US Bank. So we go to US Bank website. Okay. And essentially, you're going to find, so whichever bank you bank with, you're going to find here SBA Paycheck Protection Program. Paycheck Protection Program, SBA. That's part of this CARE Act. That's just part of the $2.3 trillion, okay? So you're going to click Connect with us online. You're going to apply online, okay? You're going to apply online. So let's see here. All right, get started. So you click on the inquiry form. Click on the inquiry form. So you have to fill out email, first name, last name, phone number, and look at this. Look at this. Oh, you're a U.S. Bank customer. Wow, right? Yes, because you're going to choose the bank that you have a relationship with. Okay, you're going to submit. So you submit. And then you gotta wait. You gotta wait. So for example, with US Bank, let me just show you what happened with me. With US Bank, this is what happened with me with US Bank. So basically, they will do this. They will basically, so once I apply, let me see, let me do this. Once I apply, let's see. So once I applied, they essentially did this. Remember how I went to that website and I went to US Bank website, step number 1, and I gave them my name, my email address. Okay, I told them I was their customer. I did that on April 3rd. So now this program, brand new, it started on April 3rd. Which is Friday, last Friday. So this is the first working day, the first day, okay? So I apply on April 3rd. They send me an email April 4th on Saturday and says, hey, okay, we got you're in line, you're in queue, so go ahead. apply now. So this is an email format, right? US Bank sent me an email. Hey, it's your turn. Okay, so I click on apply now. When I click on apply now, what am I doing? I'm answering all these questions, right? So that's why I'm telling you, while you're in the queue waiting for your turn, waiting for the bank to call you, get all those payroll documentation ready. Calculate this number, because once they send you a link to apply, you're just gonna breeze through this form because you already calculated this out already. You're gonna just breeze through this form, okay? So let's see. So let's see. So I basically apply, and now what? So I apply on Saturday. Now I'm just waiting. They send me an email on Sunday, say, okay, hey, dear Paul, where are you at? Initial application certification. That's in application review. So you are here. Okay. U.S. Bank says, hey, U.S. Bank will request specific documentation required for your loan, which you can upload on our loan portal. Yeah. This will include tax return and payroll history, and other documents will depend on your specific needs. Okay, so remember how I told you to get all those financial documents ready? That's why. You get it now, you calculate the monthly average, multiply with 2.5, you apply, and then they'll tell you, hey, prove it, okay? And so that's where I'm at, okay? So that is for U.S. Bank. So immediately, whichever bank that you bank with, immediately go ahead and go to the website and apply immediately for this Paycheck Protection Program if you have employee. Now, for yourself, when you don't have employee, maybe your client does, right? Your client does. If you have a client who's self-employed, oh my God, right? You help them get some money, they'll be your client forever, right? So you can help them out, help your client has payroll, okay? If you don't have payroll, stay tuned. I'm going to get to you in a second. If you don't have a W-2, you're just a singular person with no employee. We'll get to that in a second, okay? But this version for you with no employee is coming out this Friday on April 10th. Okay, so you'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll shoot another video walking you guys through it. For sure though, they are going to send you another form to fill out to forgive this loan, for sure. That's going to happen. Okay, and then when we get there, I'll shoot another video walking you through how to do that. It's very important. This webinar is to get the money. We'll have another webinar down the line, how to fill out the form to get it forgiven. Okay, all right. So that's how we do that. That is the let me see. So let me go back to here. So what I just showed you essentially knocks out this first part right here. Okay, the PPP program. Okay, now let's go to this 10,000 advance. Okay, so the 10,000 advance. All right. So the 10,000 advance basically, the 10,000 advance has to do with the economic injury disaster loan. Okay. You know how you have like a hurricane? Well, that's a disaster zone, right? Houses burning down, wildfire, that's disaster. But in our case, we have an economic injury. We have COVID-19. That's basically, it's not destroying any physical land, but it's destroying the economy. That's what this is. That's what that 10,000 is. Okay, that's what. So when we look at, so what I just taught you was the payment protection, was the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP. Okay, that's what I taught you. Now we're going to look at the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Economic Injury Disaster Loan. And that one is where you can get up to $2 million. You can get up to $2 million. So now up to the first 10, so here's how it works, okay? So all of you should immediately apply for the 10,000, okay? So here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. You're gonna go to a website. You're gonna go to a website. Let's see, what is our website? You're gonna go to a website to apply for the 10,000. Apply for the 10,000, okay? So here's what you do to apply for the 10,000. Let's see. Let me get to a website. Okay, so basically you are going to go to the SBA website. You're gonna go to the SBA website. You essentially, let's see if I can walk you from scratch. You basically go to the SBA website. So maybe you can take a picture of this, the SBA website, okay? And you're gonna go to funding. You're gonna go to coronavirus relief, click on it. And it will take you to these programs. You're gonna click on the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Emergency Advance, okay? So there, you basically are going to get assistance. You click on it. Let me see. So here, so apply for, so if you're a business owner, you're gonna do the PPP, what we went over earlier. You're gonna do the PPP. At the same time, you should come and do this. You should come and do this. You should apply for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, okay, and loan advance. So click on it. Click on it, and it's gonna walk you through a bunch of questions. Are you a business with not more than 500 employees? Okay. So click on the first one, and applicant is not engaged in any illegal activity. So click on no on all these, okay? The business is not a lobbyist business. So, and then let's see, let me just walk you through this real fast here. So you make the applicable check. You're gonna put in the name of your business, put the name of your business, okay? Your social security number, so forth, or your tax ID number, and just move forward like this. Hey, this number right here. So let's say if your gross commission is, from your commission, let's say it's 500,000, put 500,000 there, because that is gonna be kind of like the benchmark for your borrowing. It's gonna be a 30-year loan at about 4%, okay? Wait a minute, Paul, you said this is 10,000, it's true. Supposedly, the law says you get 10,000 3 days after doing this. What do you mean supposedly? Well, right, every time the government does something, it takes time. Every time the government does, the Congress passed this law, but did they even check with the SBA people? Did they even check if the SBA people have already lined up all the banks to do this, right? So anyway, so this number is important. Let's say if your gross commission is 500,000, let's say the sale from your restaurant is $1 million, then put in $1 million, okay? So you fill this out, and supposedly they give you 10 grand immediately as an advance, 10 grand meal as an advance, and then they'll call you for you to borrow the rest, okay? So that is sort of the spirit of this Economic Injury Disaster Loan application, okay? That's sort of how that works. And if I go back to my my PowerPoint, so essentially, so all of you should do that. Apply for the 10,000, and if you choose not to continue to borrow the rest, that 10,000 will be forgiven. You don't have to repay it. So you get the advance, the 10 grand, and if you choose not to follow through and borrow the rest up to 2 million, that 10 grand is forgiven. Okay. So that's how that works. That's how that works. Okay. That's how that works. So let's see here. All right. So we talked about the 10,000. So we talked about this. We talked about 10,000. Now let's talk about this bridge loan. This bridge loan is for 25 grand. While you're waiting, you got your 10,000, and while you're waiting to get up to that 2 million mark or get a higher loan, you can ask for a bridge loan. You can ask for a bridge loan. The bridge loan is up to 25,000. So this express bridge loan pilot program allows small business who currently have business relationship with an SBA Express lender to access up to 25,000 quickly. These loans can provide vital economic support to small businesses to help overcome the temporary loss of revenue they're experiencing, and can be a term loan or used to bridge the gap while applying for, remember that loan we're applying for SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan. So ask for this 25 grand, okay? It's called a bridge loan. Okay, so now the CARE Act also has a component. It also has a built-in component for unemployment. So for unemployment, if you are a realtor, where is apply for unemployment. And California makes it easy for you. They make it easy for you. Because they even have, I think you can do it online or by the phone. Let me show you this website. Let me show you a website for EDD, for California, EDD. So let me go here. Let's just visit their website. Let's visit EDD website. EDD website. So let's see here. Let's go here. We put in the website. So this is California. So you can apply online, for example, right? Apply online, or you can apply by phone. Pick up the phone, call them. You can call them. So you apply online or by phone. Okay. So this is the disaster unemployment assistance, right? And disaster area, right? The whole freaking country is in a disaster area. The whole globe is in a disaster area, and you qualify. You're in California. You weren't shut down, for heaven's sake, So realtors, if you need help, go ahead. Give this a try, unemployment, okay? There's a built-in part of the $2.3 trillion to handle this matter, okay? So, so go to this website, apply online, or you can call via phone. You can call via phone, okay? So let's see here. Let me go back to my screen. Let's see here. So a couple of things. So just sort of to recap, the most important thing right now is essentially contact your CPA, your accountants, contact your bank, okay? And tell them, hey, let me start it with the PPP, okay? And then visit the SBA website to apply for that 10 grand, okay? Very, very important. So let me see here. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can take some questions. Let me see if I can get back to my video here. Let me see. Before I do that, let me introduce you to my friend V. So V did a lot of work to help me put this together. V, can you hear me, V?
Yes, I can. Hi, everybody. Are you guys able to hear me? Give me something. Yes, no. I'm going to get to your questions in a second. Just want to make sure. Yes, great. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for supporting Paul. Once again, my name is Vladas Krivikas, a.k.a. V. I'm a technical co-host on this webinar, so I'm just here kind of hiding quietly in case Paul runs into any troubles. as far as technical help. I run a company called Intelligent Cloud. Let me actually show you something real quick while Paul catches his breath, because I'm sure it's not easy to do 2 webinars in a row. He's been really busy. Can I also get some thumbs up, something yes, no, if you guys can see my screen? Just double checking. Yes. All right. So first of all, it's kind of awkward for everybody. Paul is used to talking to an actual live audience. You guys are probably used to going to live seminars. So again, I appreciate you being here. So I want you to, after this webinar, go to learnprobate.com. Make sure you check out Paul's website. Make sure you follow his Facebook. Check out this webinar as well. I'm gonna plug this in too. This one costs $5, and I'm not kidding you. We have probably maybe 5 seats left. It's almost sold out. So if this is a regular probate seminar that Paul used to do as a seminar. Now it's a webinar, everything probate. So just for somebody who runs Paul's online stuff, I'm highly suggesting you register right now, because there's literally a few spots left. So again, show Paul some love. Follow him on social media. We share a lot of just little cuts of videos from here and there. A lot of good information if you want to get into probate. And then one more thing, so it makes more sense why I'm talking to you guys at all, is like I said, Paul is my friend, mentor, a client. I run his entire web presence, all his websites, all his marketing. And obviously Paul is easy to work with because he's just really good, so it's easy to market him. But if any of you are good at what you do, I would like to work with some of you as well. So again, just take a look at our website. I'm the owner of this company called Intelligent Cloud. It's incloud.com. You guys are all web savvy, so you can go and read about our services and what we do. But basically, we're really, really awesome websites, and we can help you with online presence. Now, I understand these are tough times for everybody, so don't get me wrong. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not selling anything. But I do want to say to you guys that if you can't afford it right now is a perfect time to maybe redo your website, because sort of like the whole world is on pause, right? Maybe plan your web strategy. I have a few clients who are actually doing and they can afford it. So if you are in position to really think about it, now is the time. If you're not, I get that. And the reason why it is the time now, in addition to that everything is kind of on pause, is that trust me, the world is going to change a lot after this pandemic thing. I'm sure you have noticed how everything is moving online. So if any of you needed an extra nudge, is that online real? Is it gonna last? Do I need a good website? Believe me, after this, you're gonna have to take your online presence up another notch, because people just gonna be even more immersed into online stuff, even more demanding. So again, if your website is, you know yourself. If you go and compare yourself and with your competitors, if your website needs an upgrade. If your online presence needs an extra maybe set of eyes or a couple of experts. So with all that said, this is our website. All the information, all the contact information is there. It's incloud.com. And yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for listening to my little commercial. Back to Paul, and Paul will I believe he'll take your questions now. So once again, thank you for coming on the webinar, and everybody stay safe and healthy.
Okay, so let's take a look at some questions. Let's see what. Let's take a look at some questions. Let's see here. Let's see. So I'm looking for questions. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to find questions. Give me 1 second. Let's see. So questions. So Michael says, what happened once you filed for 10K SBA? I did it already and didn't get an email confirmation. Well, that's what I was telling, it's slow. It's slow. But the point is do it. Do it, get in line. Okay. It's one of those things where the politician looks really great saying, hey, we did it. So do it and just wait. Someone says I have an LLC and I only have two W-2 employees, but also a 1099. Buyer's agent I pay on a draw basis. Can I include them as part of my payroll? Yeah, all W-2 employees, you can do the PPP. Okay, you can do the PPP. So let me see. Let me see. Do I have other questions? Let me see. Let me see if I've covered everything that I wanted to cover with you. Let me see. I go back to my PowerPoint.
Hey, Paul and everybody, sorry for dropping in, but just want to make sure, Paul, you see a lot of people actually type their questions under chat. So not Q&A, but chat. So
Chat.
check that out.
All right, so let's see here. Okay, so there's a lot of questions. All right, so let's see here. So Robert Gomez says, I thought you can do unemployment or the PPP, but not both. Can you confirm that's correct? So he says, can I do, okay, so look, all this stuff is brand new. Right? I mean, it's the first time this 2.2 trillion is coming out. And when you really think about it, this bill was put together like so fast. So no one has all the questions. So Robert, if I were you, apply both. Just apply. If you really need the money, the kids are if you, right? I mean, heck, if my two kids are applying, if they're starving, I'm gonna apply for freaking all three of them if it's only two, right? So yeah. So let's see. Can we stack PPP, disaster loan, bridge loan, and employment? So DM has asked me, can we do all that? I would say if you're gonna do it, just disclose it. You do it. That brings me to the point of PPP. Just don't wait for one particular bank. Choose the bank that you have a relationship with, but you should hit our bank, because who the heck know? One bank is slower than the other, right? So hit as many banks as you can for the PPP, preferably the one that you have a relationship with, that you have a loan with, and hopefully they call you back right away, okay? Can you stack them and do them all? Do it, but just disclose it. Do it, you get some money, you can choose the best one. Then you have an opportunity to say no to those you don't want. So let's see. So JJ says, so as a realtor, independent contractor, just to be clear, which are now and which are, so the PPP is for business with a W-2. This Friday, April 10th, is when regulation comes out for, let's say, a realtor with no employee. That's this Friday. The regulation's coming out this Friday, okay? Let's see, what else? As a realtor, do you need to have a small business account for PPA as a realtor? So you don't have to have a business account. You just need to have some sort of relation. Preferably, if you have a relationship with a bank, great, because they have all your information already. But if you don't have it, apply to all the bank. Let's see which one works faster. Okay. So let's see here. So as a realtor, should we wait until April 10th, as you stated, or still apply for the disaster unemployment assistance? Apply now for the disaster unemployment assistance. Hey, right? I mean, if there's a tornado that rips apart Florida, it's a disaster area when you apply. There's no different here. It's a, it's, it's not a, you know, nothing is burning, but it's economic injury, the whole freaking country economic injury. So you can apply. Let's see what else, what other questions are coming in. Do you have any data to suggest that real estate agent will be eligible for unemployment? Do I have any data? Do I have any data? It's one phone call away. Remember that website I showed you? You can do it online or on the phone. Call them. Because part of 2.3 trillion allocates some of it to unemployment, okay? How the heck am I supposed to work when you tell me to stay at home? Huh? Didn't you tell me to do social distancing? Didn't you give me an order? So I don't know, right? So if I need the money, I would apply for unemployment. The 10K loan, is that payroll driven also? So the 10K, it just, the 10K is not payroll driven. You don't need a W-2 to apply for the 10K. All of you should apply for the 10K. Just apply. Just apply, and if you don't want to go forward with the loan, then that 10K is forgiven, okay? Let's see. Can I apply for the PP loan even though my employees are currently unemployed? Ah, okay. I laid them off already because you forced me to shut down my business, dude. So all my employees are gone. You can apply. From the day that you get the PPP money, from the day that you get it, you have 8 weeks to spend it. 8 weeks to spend it on payroll, on rent, on utility. So you can call up your employee and if they, let's say if you're a restaurant and you don't need, there's no waiter or waitresses, well, maybe they can do some blogging for you. Maybe they can do some YouTubing for you, whatever, it's payroll. It's payroll, okay? I hear that some people even hire their brother-in-law now because maybe some of the employee doesn't want to come back to work, so that's how you handle that situation. For a bridge loan, do you have to go directly to a lender like Bank of America? Yeah, you do have to go to an SBA lender, okay? Yeah, so, okay, guys, so we are approaching 5 o'clock. One final note, let's see here. One final note, let's see. One final note, give me 1 second. One host disable participant screen sharing. What does that mean? Let me see. This is my second time using Zoom webinar. So let's see here. Let me see this. I wonder why it won't let me share my screen anymore. V, you have an idea, V?
Hey, Paul. I do not. Everything looks good, so you should be able to share it, and I'm not sure. Is the green button still there at the bottom of your screen?
I wanted to, so let me see. If I X that out, host disable participant screen sharing. I have no idea what it is. Okay, well, anyway, look, all I wanted to conclude you with is that so my office, we do probate and living trust. We do probate and living trust. I'm a CPA, so I thought I did some research for you guys, just to sort of get you on the right track, give you a head start. Don't call my office because my people don't know anything about this, The person you should call is your bank, your lender, talk to your accountant, your CPA, but the webinar I did just now should give you a really good head start, okay? Like I said, you know, if you want to call my office for probate living trust, great. You know, my staff is fully equipped to do that. But to answer this COVID-19 stuff, I'm the only one that's doing the research on it. I'm just doing it as a favor to you to sort of because of my knowledge as a CPA, I thought I'd jump in and give you a head start, okay? Other than that, you know, I wanted to thank you so much for joining me on this webinar. You know, I'm not selling anything. If you like the video, help me out. Go to Yelp. You know, give me a 5-star Yelp review. I really appreciate it. Other than that, stay safe, everybody. God bless, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.